Hello, this is Nick from ReviewOutlaw.com. Today I want to tell you about my trip from the Abacos to the Eleutheras.
ReviewOutlaw.com. New videos every Thursday at 3 p.m. Subscribe today.
So we had our 34-foot Monterey in Marsh Harbor, Bahamas, and we took it in to the Eleutheras. And first place we stopped here was Spanish Wells Cay. And when you come in from the ocean, you be very, very careful because there's a lot of corals and a lot of ships actually sink because it's super shallow and there's waves and wind coming in. So when we were looking at the GPS, we had to be right on the mark. If we missed it at all, you could pretty much tear up your engine. But this was actually one of the most beautiful beaches we saw. This is all super shallow water. You could walk out, and they had this sandbar maybe 200 feet out. Super shallow, good kite surfing spot, really beautiful. One of my favorite beaches actually in Bahamas. So from there we took our boat, wrapped around and went over to the Eleuthera. And so basically here we have the two different sides of the sea. We have the Atlantic on one side and the Caribbean on the other side. And it's a really kind of cool view. As you can tell, the colors are different. A lot of that is due to the deepness of the water, and this is called the Glass Window Bridge. It's a very famous bridge here. People actually have died on it because the waves get sometimes so big that you can actually get swept off. They were doing some construction at that point in time. The waves weren't super big that day, so we were able to get nice and close and took the drone out and did some cool videos, but it's quite dramatic looking at each side and the different colors of the ocean. And one is kind of super calm and the other one is just really hitting that stone walls. Really beautiful spot, one of our favorite spots. We actually left the boat, of course, on the calm side, and there's not much going on. There's not many very restaurants, but there are a good amount of boats that kind of dock out there, and you can just anchor right out. But not much. There's no really city or anything like that. But this is kind of a cool tourist destination spot that you definitely want to check out if you're in this area. You can also drive there as well. This road, the bridge to cross it, is super, super narrow. Only one person at a time can cross the bridge. So while we were close to there, we saw this kind of cool blowhole, and basically what this is the ocean is pushing, and it's made holes over time, and actually the ocean pressure is pushing this seawater straight through the ground, and it comes up kind of like a geyser every couple of seconds, 30 seconds or so. It's pretty neat. So this is the boat. We took a dinghy over, anchored it up, and maybe a 5-minute dinghy ride over from this point to the actual land from here, and stayed out overnight. Just slept out on the boat, and the next day ended up going back to Spanish Wells. Now the Spanish Wells area and this kind of whole area, it gets a bit pricey the more kind of south you go for the marinas. As you can tell, the water is super, super clear, and you can just look right to the bottom, and it almost felt like it was too clear, like it hit something, but it was fine. So very close to the Glass Window Bridge, there's the Queen's Bath. And what happens is the ocean water comes over and sprays and goes over the side here, and the sun heats it up. So kind of by the end of the day or the middle of the day, you have these different baths that get super warm. It could be 100 degrees just because the sun's been heating them up all day. It's super clear water, so it's the Queen's Bath, they call it. It's kind of a cool little place to check out. At the time of season we were going, it wasn't super warm, but so we just kind of took some pictures and looked at it. So the ride back to Marsh Harbor was a bit rough, a bit wavy. It took us a couple extra hours, longer than we thought it would be, but we wanted to fly out. There's a couple of cool spots that you can actually go snorkeling around, and this is actually, they dropped a car in the water, and actually shows up on the map as a kind of a tourist spot or snorkeling spot. And then sometimes there's planes that fall. This one was intentionally put down probably about 50 years ago, but it's a cool little spot to see. And that's pretty much about it. We kind of flew out back to the States, plan on leaving the boat there for about a month, and then eventually bringing it back to the west coast of Florida. So if you guys liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thanks. Hey, I really appreciate you watching this video. If you have time, please give me a thumbs up, share the video on Facebook or social media, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get a notification when new videos come out. Finally, you leave me a comment. I love those. Really appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.